I'm Kloe, and this past summer I actually got the opportunity to travel outside the country for the first time and go to Spain. I have always loved traveling since I was a kid, as every year I traveled across the country to Tennessee to visit my dad, and so I've always just wanted to leave the country since I had traveled around it so much. And so when I got the opportunity to go to Spain, I knew I couldn't let go of that. In Spain, I had a lot of fun seeing the different culture and doing a lot of different touristy things and just having fun with my friends. And we visited numerous different cities, but two of them really stuck out to me based on my own personal experience. And I really hope that if any of you ever decide on going to Spain, that you take into account my experiences and possibly do similar things. And so after listening to my speech, you all will be able to describe my experiences in two of the major cities in Spain. And so I will be talking about my experience in Barcelona, which there I went to the different stores, to the beach, and to the Sagrada Familia. And also the second place I'll be talking about is Madrid, where I visited the Royal Palace and actually got to drink a little. And so first, to start off with the first place we actually went to on the trip, which was Barcelona. And if you haven't been to a European country, the streets there are very narrow, and it doesn't allow for very good traffic flow, but it does allow for a lot of stores to be able to be clustered in one place. And Barcelona had a ton of different little side streets just lined with different stores. Of course, many of them were tourist stores, but there were also many different clothing stores and shoe stores that had trendy shoes like Birkenstocks for cheaper prices than they have them here. And so I just spent hours with my friends looking at all the different stores, and it was a lot of fun. And the second thing I experienced in Barcelona was one of the many beaches there. I was pretty surprised with how clear and how cold the water was, considering the temperature there was always at least 85 degrees and the sun was always beating down on you. The water was freezing, and I don't do well with cold, so I actually didn't get to swim very much, but there were other things to do on the beach. And I got a really good tan, and because the legal drinking age in Spain is 16, I was able to just chill with a mojito with my friends, which was a lot of fun. And the beaches were just beautiful too. And the third thing I got to experience in Barcelona was the Sagrada Familia. And if you don't know what that is, it is this giant church in Barcelona that they've been working on building for over 150 years. And they're still not planning on being finished with it until 2026. And it's just a huge art masterpiece, really. And when I first saw it, I thought it kind of looked like a mess until I really looked at all the details in it. And all throughout the sides of the building are sculptures of biblical stories that are engraved into the sides. And I've never seen anything like it, and I probably never will ever see anything like it again because it was totally unique. And now moving on to the second place I loved to visit, which was Madrid. And the culture there was totally different than it was in Barcelona, because Barcelona was more diverse and more trendy, while Madrid is a little more reserved and sophisticated. And so the first place I got to experience in Madrid was the Royal Palace, and that was an amazing experience. It was beautiful. When you first walk up to it, your sight is just enveloped in this huge, like, pristine white palace. And once you walk past the large courtyard, there's an amazing view of all of Madrid and some of the greenery surrounding it. And then when you go inside, it reminds me of just like a walk through, art really, because every different room in the palace had a different specific function and a different theme and a different tapestry painted on the ceiling. So they had their own rooms for just bathing or just changing your clothes or even just sitting there waiting. And each room had its own like color scheme, and each like tapestry on the ceiling of the rooms was painted with a biblical or a mythological reference, and it was just really, really pretty as a whole. And then the second thing I got to experience in Madrid, like I mentioned before, as dumb as it may sound, I got to drink for the first time, which was an interesting experience. My friends and I went to dinner one night while we were in Madrid, and nightlife and drinking culture in Spain is a big thing. Like, everyone does it, it's very natural to them, so we decided that, why not have a few drinks with our dinner too, like everyone else? And I seemed fine until I stood up to walk back to the hotel, and then I realized, I'm a little drunk right now. And not just that, but I'm drunk in a different country with all my drunk friends. So we composed ourselves to walk back to the hotel, but as soon as we got into the elevator, we kind of lost it a little. We were laughing a lot, and we were jumping, and my one friend who didn't drink at all got a little mad with us. But it was a lot of fun, and luckily I was perfectly fine the next day. I didn't have a hangover or anything, so that was good. But anyways, to summarize, Spain is a beautiful place, and I got to experience a lot of things in two of my favorite cities there, which were Barcelona, where I went to different shops, the beach, and the Sagrada Familia, and Madrid, where I visited the Royal Palace and got to drink for the first time. And I just hope that the next time you're thinking of taking a trip or possibly going outside the country that you would consider Spain, because it was a lot of fun, and I really hope that you would think about going to the beautiful cities of Barcelona